So let's come together today. Today's theme is about the bountiful universe. And what we want to do in our intention, remember life is a matter of intention and attention. Our intention for today is to recognize the universe as a bountiful system and to realize that that includes us. So for our treatment today, we want to get into the feeling of belonging to the flow of life. So as we come together, we open our hearts and we open our minds to receive whatever it is we need to know, to feel whatever it is we need to feel this day, to bring us a step closer to the realization of the presence of God. We recognize that this universe is abundant. There are more stars and planets than we can count. There are more grains of sand on a handful of beach than we can count. The birds in the air, the fishes in the sea, the blades of grass, the leaves on the trees, the water in the oceans, the air in the atmosphere. Everything God does in a spectacular fashion, abundantly, bountifully, on such a grand scale that the human mind cannot even conceive of what it means. A lot is just about as close as we can come. A lot. And the divine life creates out of itself. This abundance is part of itself, taking whatever shape or form as is appropriate for it to express its life in the manner it chooses. The robins do not toil, do not sow, and yet they are provided for. The lilies of the field are decorated more abundantly than the most beautiful human garments. Everything that God does, it does in a spectacular fashion from our point of view, because that is its very nature. It has created each and every one of us out of itself as its instrument, as an individualized expression of itself, as a unique starting place for something new in the creative process. And since we are its life in expression, since we too are its creation, it is the nature of everything in our life to be bountiful, to be abundant, to be spectacular. Today we surrender to the realization that we are one with all of God's creation. We are one with the birds in the air and the fishes in the sea and the trees in the forest and the stars in the heavens. We are one. And we allow that unlimited supply that manifests itself as the bountiful universe to flow through us, as us, to whatever perceived need there might be in this world. For those whose hearts are crying out for love, we allow God's love to flow through us unconditionally. For those who are crying out for peace, we allow God's harmony to flow through us unconditionally. For those who are crying out for food and shelter and clothing, we allow God's abundance to flow through us unconditionally. Today we accept ourselves as God's instruments of love. And we release and let go of every and any old and limiting idea that we may have held. As the sunshine dispels the darkness, this word of truth and God's light dispels any and every false notion in our consciousness. We accept unconditionally our unity with all of God's creation and all that that means. We are grateful for this opportunity to be together today, to love each other, to support each other, to encourage each other in this process of realizing more and more the presence of God within us, around us, and through us. We release this treatment to that perfect law, a law that takes this word and makes whatever changes as needs must be in our consciousness for its full and complete demonstration. We are so certain this is already done that we say together, and so it is.